Okay, so for some reason, listening to a bombshell review violates the has stirred up the copyright bots and violated their terms. What is it because of the fact I'm reacting to another reviewer? Because it seemed like that would just be more of a thing, like the reviewer I'm reacting to coming, to me like, hey, yeah, that's not something YouTube should be coming after me for. Oh boy. Hey, blame the copyright bots. Apparently the copyright bots must be malfunctioning or something. I don't think you. I highly doubt you would because, yeah, if for some reason reacting to his review was like a bad thing, chances are he would have probably told me that himself. And yeah, that doesn't seem like something YouTube would have to do anything about. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, we're gonna see. Okay, we're gonna see. Okay, yeah, we're gonna try to see if we can at least get through this for the night. Yeah, let's try to get through this here. Yeah, part 3. Okay. Unmute.
Didn't we just have a scene where they wanted to eat the Thanksgiving turkey and Cindy was the only one objecting to it? Didn't she show off her goody two-shoeedness then? Or maybe we're not having a montage showing them prepare for the Christmas special. The montage forgot how to montage.
Apparently.
Surprise!
No. Unless Daddy DeLuise hired Christine McConnell as part of his housekeeping staff, there is no way this gingerbread house is happening. Lou is too young to know how to do this, and Ida is too busy making sure the dog's bedroom isn't covered in feces like it otherwise would be. This is bull... Pucky. Later in New York, Mark meets with Kano and Ted because, of course, Mexico
I'm
is
guessing the
walking
evil
distance to New
dogs and
York.
possibly
Did I mention I really
Glummy
hate these movies?
No, Kano. Yes, Bart. Beat it. We've got paying jobs. Honest.
Oh, look, they
Smelly,
think they're bad.
paying jobs.
Oh no! They've got paying jobs.
Okay.
How unfortunate. And he's objecting to how garbage is smelly? Don't dogs enjoy the smell of garbage? The lingering smells of all that luxurious human food, aged to perfection? This is their jam. Anyway, Bart proposes his new venture to them.
What's bigger than Pupstar?
Oh, I know. Mr. Rogers.
Ugh, idiot.
Okay.
Christmas. People have to buy presents, no matter what. We are gonna run the North Pole. You want to take over Christmas? That's quite the score.
Really friggin' stupid is more like it. Okay, so
practically
Bart
the
here hates
Legion of
Tiny
Doom.
and Charlie for stealing his record deal with Pupstar. Fine, good villain motivation. What does taking over Christmas have to do with any of that? Meanwhile, on the Polar Express, we see a bunch of Christmas elves
something
and
you
regular
see in
people
most
coming
movies.
from somewhere to a train station where the elves then hop on a stagecoach sleigh to get them to the North Pole. Why doesn't the train just go all the way to the North Pole? And for that matter, where is everyone going? And where are these elves coming from? I thought that Santa Claus's operation was self-contained and completely cut off from the rest of the world. Why are these elves commuting to work? Bark and his gang somehow make the trip without anyone questioning
Talk about a
who they
major
are.
load of plot
I think that after a
holes.
few hundred years of doing the same job, everyone would know everyone by now. And for some reason, they decided that they need disguises. Why would you think you need disguises when nobody on the train questioned who you are or what you're doing here?
Sorry, gang. You gotta take the next coach. Only one seat left.
I got this.
Okay.
Oh, for God's sake. Why couldn't they just use Julio to get these elves to step off the coach? Why couldn't they just show them this poor, frozen dog? Then they would volunteer their seats
Of
themselves
course.
and wait for the next coach since they can stand the cold better than Julio can. As secretive as Santa is about his operations of the North Pole,
Probably,
you'd think that his elves would be a little more determined than this
because
to
I
make sure that
probably
no
would go back
civilians get in.
to the story time tomorrow, but the next movie show will probably be the Fairly Odd Parent Christmas, and then of course there's the movie that Claire showed me, which was
They haven't!
the play
You've been
version
ahead
of
this
Christmas
operation
Story.
for hundreds of years now! How do you not know who's in your staff and who isn't? And how do you confuse a human and a couple of dogs for Christmas elves? They
The same way that they,
security force,
the same way
and
that the
naturally
turtles were
none
able
of
to
the elves
disguise
need to
themselves in
verify
trench
that with the big
coats.
man himself. Because they're idiots. Meanwhile, Tiny and P.U.P. are busy rehearsing their Christmas special.
Oh, no,
Yep.
let me pull the sleigh all by myself.
Yeah, that will be a belated Christmas, but yeah, it will
Why,
still
of
be
course
coming.
Simon Cowell and Rob
Because
Marley would
Amazon,
be pulling Santa's sleigh during a Christmas special.
for some reason,
so it
had to
only
wait till
stands to
January
reason
to
that
send
their
me that
canine
movie.
counterparts would be doing the same. After that bit of confusing nothing, we jump back to the North Pole, where Ted decides to sneak in on Santa by climbing down the chimney.
That's right. I'm here.
And you just fell off the roof like Tim Allen Santa Claus.
Forever.
What do you know? They just came up with the movie's tagline. That entire scene was completely pointless, since they overthrow Santa the moment they step through the front door. Never mind how Santa is so charming and lovable that he can subdue killer robots.
Where did you come from? You're the biggest boy I've ever seen. And very well made, too.
Santa just bends over and says, "Yeah, okay, North Pole's yours." When
Wow.
Lock, Shock, and Barrel kidnapped Santa Claus, at least they had the element of surprise. Kids dressed up like little monsters and shouting, "Trick or treat!" Santa's too busy trying to contemplate what's going on to fight back. These numbnuts say they're taking over the North Pole, laugh for a minute straight, and Santa just lets them? I wish this movie had a Christmas stocking so I could stuff it full of coal.
Now you know how I
Meanwhile,
felt when
back at
Medea
rehearsal.
gave up against those fraternity boys.
7, 8, moving down stage, and you sing, you dance. It's awesome. Party red, booty quick.
Ugh, cancel Christmas. It's not worth this. Actually, this scene establishes one very important piece of information before we cut it back to our villains who have effortlessly imprisoned Santa and the Missus in a cage made of candy canes that they pulled right out of their holiday hinders. Namely, these puppies are completely useless! They're told to get on stage after Santa embarrasses everyone watching, and they do absolutely nothing. Why is this so important? Because it lays the groundwork for how little they matter in the rest of the movie. Anyway, back to Bark and his cronies. Ted puts on Santa's suit and immediately starts growing a beard, a la the Santa Claus.
I
And
guess
Bark
the same
outlines
magic
his
as Tim
master plan in
Allen.
fuller detail.
Everyone wants their kids and pups to wake up to toys or gifts or cookies or whatever on Christmas morning. Well, now they're going to buy it from the greatest brand of all time, Santa Claus.
Christmas spirit doesn't come in packages, Bark. You can't sell people good times with the people they love.
Any of this ringing a bell?
Doesn't
No.
seem like it
Surely
is.
you have people you love, don't you?
Oh, get with the times, old man. Humans and dogs are insatiable. They'll buy anything.
Said the producers. We jump back to the puppies the next day, who were disappointed to find that Santa hasn't responded to their, quote, list of demands, end quote.
Did Santa write us back about our list of demands?
What?
That's what some cynical douche who hates Christmas would call it. Was it really so hard to have them say, letters to Santa? Sure, I'd be just as nitpicky about their ability to even write letters to Santa in the first place, but at least that'd be one less thing to make these puppies look like self-important piles of doggy do. And what do they decide to do about Santa not responding to their list of demands?
Santa's the surprise guest star of the show, right? You sneak into Santa's sleigh.
What about the fact of your father Hades
Our
now?
heroes, ladies and gentlemen, they want to storm the North Pole and demand that Santa's workshop give them everything that they want.
Kind of makes them the villains.
Just like the villains.
All right, Bob, I need you to go around and collect all these fidget spinners.
That's not even a real name! It's stupid enough that you made up the stupid rule that every stupid elf has to have a stupid E-name.
Elf names start with E. I'm Eli. This is Eddie. He's Elon. Get the picture?
But... E-Bob? After Bark and Company announced that they're running things now, and of course no one objects because, oh my goodness, a dog snarled at me. Ugh.
Oh boy.
Ted says that he needs the sleigh because he has some very important engagements to attend.
But the fact that you're trying to release him now kind of implies that you and him do love each other.
New York and Chicago, where we just saw the puppies conspiring to hold Santa hostage, is even closer.
Look at our little pros. We're not rushing them into this, right?
Since the movie's insisting on calling you a pup despite your being 2 years old, and your puppies are only 6 months old, yes, you are rushing them into this. The toddlers and Tiara's moms have nothing on Tiny. Ted prepares the sleigh to fly down to the Pup Star studio, with no indication of whether or not Bark told him about it since seeing Tiny's announcement, but not before chatting with the reindeer for a minute.
New Santa is quite the hipster.
Thank you, movie. We really needed the image of a hipster Santa Claus. Is this why he doesn't give away any mainstream toys?
Oh boy.
Looking foxy, Vixen.
Great. Now I gotta have the talk with a little girl. You see, sweetie, when a Santa and a reindeer love each other very much...
Ew.
Are you playing reindeer games with me, Cupid?
No, I just have resting loving eyes.
What is this, a cow from Little Vampire?
Reindeer sexy.
Well, hey, I'd don a Herblitzen any day.
To be fair, though, despite how I have no idea how this would work, the heart-shaped antlers on Cupid are kind of clever.
I take it you're the pilot, Flyboy?
It's Comet, Santa.
And again, to be fair, at least this Comet is more tolerable than Comet from the Santa Claus 2.
I don't get it.
Hang on a minute. Why don't these reindeer look like the reindeer from the previous movies? With Eli the Elf here, I'm pretty damn sure that this movie is supposed to be within the same continuity as the last several Christmas movies in the extended Butterverse. Where's Santa Paws? Where's the Christmas icicle? Oh my god, this movie's making me wonder what the Christmas icicle is! Somebody please kill me!
Don't even think about it now.
Just slap my hiney.
Yes. He's Santa Claus, and you're a reindeer. Slapping your hiney pretty much constitutes your entire relationship with him. So yeah, he flies the reindeer to Pup Star, and he has a cringe-inducing song and dance number.
Merry Christmas, everybody, from the Great North.
And of course, we have to mute his little song so that the copyright bots won't strike us again.
While I run this down,
It's almost like dodging the bots.
you will suffice, but you can purchase.
It's almost like when Jack Frost took over the North Pole in the Santa Claus story.
While they deal with what is clearly not the real Santa. I do so love movies wherein everyone's an idiot.
Santa's got a brand.
Jeez, I only had a couple of seconds. You didn't have to pop up. Ooh, pretty colors of fireworks.
Ted takes the reins that aren't actually hitched up to the reindeer, and they fly off while Tiny and P.U.P. frantically search for their kids.
I'm sorry, Tiny. Did you find them?
They've disappeared.
They're not in costumes, they're not in the green room, they're not anywhere.
Nothing?
Yo, no stone unturned.
Or at least as frantically as this stupid movie can muster. Hey, Parents of the Year, you want to try sniffing them out? You are dogs after all, aren't you? They get back to the North Pole.
Kinda
and
like
sing
how
about
Cool
this
Cat
is the
didn't
worst
use his
Christmas
super
ever,
cat
as
hearing to
money
hear
starts
Butch the
piling
Bully.
in. And how is this happening when Ted didn't give the public any instructions on how to buy their presents from him?
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's the movie for you, CJ.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, no. No, 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 no!
Uh-oh.
You are not allowed to compare yourself to one of the most beloved and iconic Christmas movies in recent years, which incidentally just celebrated its 25th anniversary. You are not The Nightmare Before Christmas. You poorly written, horribly acted, badly conceived piece of trash! Go to hell!
Nuh-uh.
Yes, ha!
Well, technically, he's talking about the place.
So yeah, Tiny and P.U.P. Dear God, I hate saying his name. Come on to DMZ to seek help in finding their puppies. Yeah, don't turn to the cops for help. Go on a reality show that only exists for humiliating celebrities. By the way, TMZ stands for 30 Mile Zone, referencing the studio zone of Los Angeles, where you're more likely to stumble across celebrities just doing their thing. So I guess this show in this world is called Dog Mile Zone? Because that makes sense, doesn't it? We jump back to the
Although I
North
do
Pole,
kind of
where the
wonder, does
puppies demand that
TMZ still
Santa give them their
exist?
stuff.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Nay. No. Nada. Democracy. It just works. Mr. Claus, sir.
Mhm.
We're here to negotiate the terms of our Christmas demands.
How'd you guys get in here?
We stole away in your sleigh. Sweet ride, by the way. Totally cherry. And the stole away thing shouldn't count against us, since you stole my limelight at the show.
Because it's not bad enough that these characters are
Oh,
completely
boy.
unlikable, the dog they got to play Rosie can't stop shaking. If she's gonna do this in every take, and she does, do the movie a favor and get another dog! It looks like she's on crack!
Ouch.
Who exactly are you?
I'm Brody. You can call me bro.
I'm gonna call you dog number 1, and you'll thank me for the privilege.
Like number one from
I
Codename
put
Kiss
things
Next
to a
Door.
vote, and then I make some snarky comment about it. I think I'm supposed to be some kind of a mouthpiece, but it's not really working.
Rosie. Obviously.
I'm famous for doing absolutely nothing, so of course you would have heard of me.
I bet you would,
And
Mal.
I'm sorry, Mr. Santa, sir.
Oh my god, I just got it. She's supposed to be the sweet one, so they named her Cindy Lou Doggy Doo.
Oh, like
They
Cindy
brag
Lou
about
from
being
the
the kids of
Grinch.
Tiny and P.U.P., which makes Teb's bad guy sense tingle. Back at Pupstar, Lou somehow gets the idea to search the roof for clues as to where the pups might be, and Cy finds a very interesting piece
That's
of
one way of
evidence.
looking at it. Huh?
Tastes like toothpaste.
I think that's snowball reindeer poop.
Thank you,
That
Daisy.
tasted like
There's one
toothpaste
thing
to
we can see
him?
on the silver screen at long last, it's a gay
Oh.
Cy eating reindeer shit.
Ugh.
This is enough for them to piece it together that the pups stowed away with Santa to the
Oh, wait, I
North
thought it
Pole.
was degrading
So
with the
they won't
chipmunks
need
doing
Polar
that.
Express to get there themselves. I just can't count the ways in which this stupid train doesn't make any sense. Why is it here? Why are the elves taking a train to get to the North Pole when you'd think that they'd stay at the North Pole all year round? Why are there regular people on it? Where are they going? Are they going to see Santa? I guess that would make sense
blame the
if
plot
we saw
hole from the
Santa
Bowley
holding tour
Flea.
groups to see how his operation worked, but we never see anything like that, so again I ask, why are all these regular people here? Where does the single train go when it isn't at the North Pole? Why didn't the pups think of just taking the train to go see Santa, when apparently anyone could do that with a minimum of effort? What's with Lilu and the Lady Gagas? Why is Christian Bale playing a prospector? Why is there a train station here just to let everyone off and let a handful of people take a coach to the North Pole? Is this where they have to switch trains to get on their way to Juneau? Who are you people? What's going on? We then get
Now
this
we've heard
guy
both
asking for
Raven rant
tickets.
and now Bob Shaw
You know
rant.
who I think I am? Mrs. Claus?
Oh my gosh.
Latina sister? I will make sure there's a little extra something for you in your stocking this year.
She continues to lie her head off until this ticket collector just walks away. Sure, we could have Lou come out and tell the truth, that she and her friends are looking for her lost puppies who accidentally flew to the North Pole and they just want to get them back in time to save their Christmas special, But no, teach the kids watching at home that it's perfectly okay to lie to get what you want. Why not? Seems
Pretty
to worry
much
about
like
our
the
main
first
characters being
episode of
bad role
DuckTales
models. Also,
Yeah.
who wants to bet that if Daddy
with
DeLuise was trying
Webby
to
and
bluff his way out of this,
Louie.
they'd throw him out while the train was still moving. Hashtag Chicana power, man.
Mrs. Claus,
Yo yo.
did that little turkey infraction put us on the naughty list?
No, dear. You're good puppies that occasionally make mistakes.
You
No,
wouldn't
they're
be thinking
not.
that if they asked you about their
Need
list
I
of
remind you?
demands.
They willfully came here on their own to demand their words. Demand that Santa give them the loot that they're owed. They are bad puppies.
Very
Back at home,
bad.
Daddy DeLuise is stuck doing the sensible thing and filing a police report.
So let me get this straight.
It's the year 2018, and we're still doing the whole cops who do nothing but eat donuts thing? Really?
Why not? They're doing every other stereotype under the sun, muchacho.
Then Bart calls them up on Skype, because of course these two dogs who hate each other would be Skype friends.
I'm calling because I have your pups.
I knew you took him. Learn a new trick already, you dirty dog napper.
Learn a new trick? Did he somehow kidnap their pups in the last movie before they were even born? He says that he wants to be promoted as
off-screen
Popstar's new
history.
sponsor, and I'm having a really hard time understanding why he would need that. Yes, they established earlier that Popstar is the biggest show on TV, but they also said immediately afterward that Christmas is even bigger, and this certainly looks to be the case since they've already amassed billions of dollars after only making one commercial, and without having to share airtime with Popstar. This is like Disneyland asking for billboard space at Mulligan's. They don't need their collaboration. Lou and her friends make it to Santa's workshop. She says that they're looking for their puppies, and since I'm pretty sure that Eli never saw the puppies here at the North Pole, I have no idea why this finally inspires him to take action and reclaim control over the workshop.
Because the script
Speaking of
demanded it.
puppies, Cindy, has had enough of her siblings being selfish, I guess, and puts them in their places?
Enough with the list of demands, and the scams, and the endless need for attention. Whoa, sis, let's not get crazy here. Some of us were born to be the star. And let's not throw out all the fun, okay? Just because you're smarter, bigger, and more talented doesn't make you right. Brody, it's time you took responsibility for all the chaos you've caused in the name of fun. I feel like the stupidest, funnest brother ever. Rosie, newsflash, it's not always about you. Cut to Rosie, feeling like a terrible sister.
Because
Charlie,
dialogue's kind of
you
mixed
have
matched here.
Period. I love you guys, even more than all my stuff.
Seriously, what the hell even happened here? What did Cindy do different that would make them actually listen to her now?
You got me.
It's like the movie knows that this is the point where the puppies are supposed to learn some kind of lesson, but because they have no idea how to get there, they just make them apologize for their behavior when there's absolutely no reason for them to. And on the topic of things happening for no reason, give a load of this. Apparently Teb is pissed off at Santa because he never got him the train set that he asked for years ago, despite him being a good boy. It turns out that Santa did give him the train, but why did he never get it?
Here you go, Roland. That train set that you always wanted.
No, that's not true.
No. You're telling me that Teb grew up in an orphanage led by some evil bitch who is so cartoonishly evil that she decorates the orphanage for Christmas, builds up the hopes and dreams of the orphans in her care, waits for Santa to come and go, and then steals their toys away and gives them coal herself? What is the point of that? What does that achieve? Why are we following this idiot story of, what, Yuletide Redemption? When we should be focusing on how Santa's gonna turn this bitch's life around. And Santa knew about this. It's here. It's in his records. Why didn't he go down to this orphanage when no one was looking at some point after Christmas and give Teb his prized train set once again and warn him about how his matron might take it away? Or better yet, why doesn't he try to go to her directly and get her to change her wicked ways himself.
Mm.
But no, let's just ignore this more powerful movie that's right under our noses and instead focus on cute widow puppies being cute widow assholes because that's always better, right?
Ouch.
We have a captive clientele.
Yeah, that
Elves
sounds
for
like that would be the case
zero
for this movie.
competition. It's time to raise prices.
Genius. All we have to do now is deliver on Christmas and charge those parents' credit cards into the ground.
We're rich. Tiny's ruined.
How? What does your plan to charge people for Santa's presents have to do with Tiny? Is the idea
Apparently
to make
them
people hate her
stupid
because
rich.
she's endorsing this new Santa? It's kind of hard to think that that'll be the case when they're already the most successful commercial enterprise in history somehow. Lou and her friends bust into Santa's house, thanks in part to Ida being La Masa, I guess, to find that Teb and Julio have released their prisoners.
These nice pups and handsome chihuahua
Gracias.
and formerly misguided man-child. They've seen the error in their ways.
Yeah, congratulate the pups first and foremost for their oh-so-helpful part in freeing Santa. They had nothing to do with any of this! Ugh, Keno and Bark show up to find that the cage is empty and Teb has now been tied up and stripped of his Santa suit. And because the movie decided that they're friggin' stupid now, they go into the cage because there's a present for them inside of it. Hello? How can you look at this setup and not think that this might be some kind of trap? How can these dogs be so ingenious as to successfully hold Christmas spirit for ransom, but be so stupid to fall for a carrot under a box? And why can't they crawl through the bars that are obviously far apart enough for them to crawl through?
Take a picture of them, Elon.
You'll be insta-losers.
You won't be able to buy a follower.
Social media jokes! These kids are relatable! Like them, damn it! So the Pup Star Christmas special finally begins, because the show must go on or something.
Sort
And
of
we
like
finally
the
get
show
tuned
must
in to
go
see
on.
Caitlin Mayer singing.
Together by the fire.
And of course, to dodge another copyright bot.
Auto-tune. You have got to be shitting me. The one thing we can count on to bring some degree of class to these movies, and you sully it up with auto-tune? Did they just forget that Caitlin Mayer can sing on her own? This isn't Emma Watson we're talking about here. I'm just gonna do you all a favor and play some better
The
Caitlin Mayer
original
songs until this is over.
Batgirl. Yeah. Yes, the song that we heard in Grace's little film for Transformers. A Christmas miracle somewhere in our hearts. Oh, that wasn't too bad, Audrey. Thank you ever so much, Brownie.
Santa shows up in the nick of time and has his own little song to sing.
There's a magic.
Oops. Well, the bots are really going to attack at these songs, aren't they? Oi. You bots will not prevail.
Making money. Excuse me while I go puke in somebody's stocking.
Ow.
A little early to open presents, but I think we can make an exception.
It would be an honor, Santa.
Mom, Dad!
It's a Christmas miracle.
Santa,
Of course it is.
You're welcome, world. I found Santa.
Rosie.
Okay.
We had no bearing on this movie whatsoever.
But the movie's
So
titled
Santa
after
beams back to the
us.
Starship North Pole, and they play us out with a song about how we should make every day like Christmas.
Let's take a
Dodge that bot. Merry Christmas. Oh, Mickey Mouse clip. Neato. Of course a bot would come up there.
Wedding for Sai and Ida because I guess she always dreamed of being somebody's beard. Teb and Julio were volunteering at an orphanage somewhere. Is this the orphanage he grew up in?
Yeah, I think it's
No
coming
idea.
to a close
And no mention of his
there.
former matron is ever made again. And the pups are back home enjoying Christmas. Huzzah!
Weird.
We've still got more sequels to milk out of this franchise, and the writers will have to make us terrible again.
Of course.
So that was Puppy Star Christmas, and it's just horrible. I swear, it has to be a concentrated effort to make these movies this exponentially terrible. None of the characters are likable, with the possible exception of Cindy, but she's a total pushover until the movie just decides what she isn't anymore. The plot's ridiculous and doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make use of Caitlin Mayer's real singing talents. Santa Claus is a non-entity in a movie that all but revolves around him.
Pretty much,
CJ. Makes
CJ.
for a very confusing world on top of the whole super intelligent dog dynamic. The puppies don't contribute anything to the actual story, and again, what they want to accomplish is exactly the same thing as the villains, but they don't recognize it, learn from it, or have anything come of it. The movie wants to send a message about how you can't buy a Christmas spirit or something, but not only does that not make sense since the message failed to be bestowed upon the millions of people around the world who made Santa's Workshop the most commercially successful business in history, but it also doesn't make sense just by the very nature of this being the fourth movie in this godforsaken franchise that's exploiting Christmas as one of its biggest selling points. You can't say that Christmas spirit can't be bought in a movie that very clearly exists for no other reason than to make a quick buck. The movie closes on a song
The
saying,
movie's pretty much a
"Let's make
hypocrite of
every
its own
day like
moral.
Christmas." No. Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year, and this movie's making me want to scale it back. If this is supposed to be what Christmas is all about, I say that we scale it back to only a few hours at best.
Dun, dun. In the box of gold. Okay. Well, that's it of the live stream there. Boy, that was really something trying to dodge them copyright bots, but we did it. We defeated them. Yes. Right here. Oh boy, well let's wait till we get there. This movie's even worse than that. Oh my goodness. Okay, but okay, so anyway, that'll probably be another stream tomorrow night. Probably a story time, sort of, swap between the two, since we had two movie streams. So now, story time stream. I'm still on the lookout for the Fairly Odd Parent Christmas. Got another movie that Claire mentioned about with the Christmas Story play. And then, of course, there's a special movie that I really want to stream that's going to be a real neat treat. But aside from that, there's also the books, and yep. So kind of be going back and forth between the books and the movies. And so for right now, that's all we have there. And we'll see y'all for story time tomorrow, 8 o'clock again. Make sure y'all have those voice suggestions. See you later.